and I'm glad to have Arthur here with us, the investor, the marketer, the founder of GetAllMyLinks, and the guy who definitely knows things inside this industry. This is OnlyMonster giving you insights, talking to interesting individuals. And hello, Arthur. And I'm
Hello.
glad to
Thank you,
have
Tim, and thank you,
Arthur
OnlyMonster,
here
for the
with
invite
us,
on the channel. I
the
appreciate it.
investor, the marketer, very nice. If I may ask you before we start, would you please lower the volume on the live stream because it sounds like we are like doubling. This is OnlyMonster giving
On the
you
live stream?
yeah. Okay. All right. We are good. We're set. Perfect. Yeah, Arthur. Very nice to see you. Very nice to have you here with us. And I would like to ask you a few questions to see your expertise. I know you do multiple things, and I appreciate that you had a time to be here with us today. So, if you could tell us, just to begin with, generally speaking, in maybe a couple of sentences, what you do, basically, what's your focus? What do you encompass in the set of businesses that you run?
Okay, so I used to do many investments like some years ago, and then I decided to launch like a cash flow business with a management agency like 3 years ago, mainly in social media space, mainly on Instagram and TikTok, like short form content, organic content. And then I just saw opportunities in order to make value companies, which is like GetAllMyLinks and other softwares. And since then, I'm just scaling these companies because it's more fun, to be honest. There is more money to be made, and at the end of the day, as well, you are meeting more interesting people. So that's really why I like it.
Yeah, totally, totally. I also meet a lot of interesting individuals in the conferences, summits, and talking like this online. So, the businesses that you run, maybe you could tell us a little bit more about the one that takes the most of your mental space right now.
I have many businesses right now. I probably have seven. So
Wow.
one thing I would have said is like people they think like having multiple businesses, like I'm not focused, etc., etc. But the thing is like once you launch a business, it's running, you have a team on it, and just people running it. Like it just like you just invest some time to make sure everyone is doing well. You make sure like you have your vision, the leadership, and then you pass to the next one, and you make sure your companies they stay in the same ecosystem, which is in this industry, for example. So I think out of the seven, I have six for sure in this industry, social media space, softwares, community, like management agency, etc. And then the next one is a new one, most focus on investment. So the main one right now, I mean the main one, I think most people know me for GetAllMyLinks, which is a link in bio solution. Right now, it's only landing pages. Before, it used to be landing pages and direct links, so straight to, for example, any website you want. And then now we have getallmylinks.com, which is landing pages, and Ninja.link, which is for direct links, which help converting many visitors to fan platform, as you may know.
Nice, nice. And I know this link in bio industry, the market is also quite big. Do you have an estimation? How big is it? What this market is moving towards? Is it growing? Is it the demand there keeps becoming bigger and bigger?
So I will say since like in 2024, it used to grow. I'm talking about like visitors per month, so it's above like 1.1, 1.2 billion. Then it reached 1.4, 1.5 billion visits per month. I'm talking about every links like landing pages and short URL. And since then, it's stagnating to 1.3 million, a billion, sorry. But there is as well custom domain that I cannot track. I cannot track every custom domain. So probably it's two times. So I would say 2 billion, but it's hard to know because Instagram changes a lot with restriction, and as you know, like get domains restriction 20 June of 2025. So the thing is, the market as itself, it's expanding because there is always new Instagram accounts, there is always new creators, etc. So there is more and more, of course, links, and there is more and more competitors in this industry as like link company because they mainly or copy Linktree or copy us as we have different product kind of. So yeah.
And you did start your business after there were some other alternatives in link in bio format
Yeah,
model. What was the reason why you decided to build it in the first place?
Because I saw a blue ocean in the red ocean in the way like everyone was focusing on creating one landing page on one account, but as an agency, it's hard. You have to get like 50 Gmail account to do 50 links. No, it's not possible. It's not scalable. It's not efficient. When you want to change a link, you have to remember like every information. So first, it's very simple. We just added the deep link, which is when you click on the link, it's opening outside of the browser, which makes the conversion rate higher for OnlyFans or fan platform, Amazon e-commerce, like every website you want. And then multi-link management, geo-filter to block. So first, directly, we started for mainly like spicy creators, and then we evolve with more features, more designs for, let's say, coach, influencers, entrepreneurs. But we mainly stay in this niche until now. Now we are looking to diversify because there's many features coming soon on GetAllMyLinks, and we split with Ninja.link. I mean the features in order to make sure like every client they get the best support because it's not the same product, same features, and they can as well use it in their way. Because the thing is with like a link in bio, I can't control what they are posting on it, like which link is in the landing page, which profile picture, like is like this. We have moderators, AI system, etc. It's fair and it's good, but where are they using our link? Are they using it on Instagram? Are they using it on Mass DM, on Cupid bot, on whatever things, you know? So this I cannot control, and unfortunately, it's not the best. So that's why we decided to do several softwares to split the risk. Because now my business is in this industry and in all the other industry I'm in, we are building like anti-fragile businesses. So, and when I say we, it's like my team. So I have several teams, several partners. So on GetAllMyLinks, I have a team that is with me on Ninja.link and other project. And on other project, I have or me only or with other guys.
Nice. Yeah, and I also want to ask a few questions both about the new features that are coming up in your businesses, about the business opportunities, how to build like 7 different businesses, the ecosystem. And I also invite the audience to ask questions in the chat because I have one eye taking a look at this chat on YouTube. So feel free to hit like, subscribe, and feel free to ask your question. We have a special guest today. So, Arthur, when it comes to Instagram, for example, what is exactly the problem behind the Instagram banning links? How do you solve it, basically?
So I would say like if we got our domain restricted, like the main domain, getallmylinks.com on Instagram, end of June 2025, it's mainly because people they were doing like ton of things with our links, and unfortunately we cannot control because it was on the main domain, and mainly like spicy creators and other stuff I cannot say publicly. And then for every link software, because every link softwares are getting like flagged, I would say it's not only related to the link itself or to the link software. It's just because they are using spicy content on social media, and then Instagram algorithm are just flagging the URLs in the bio. So it's not because it's a link tree or GetAllMyLinks or a custom domain it's going to happen. Of course, if you get like a Amazon.com, I mean, there is like websites that are whitelisted, so you're not going to get anything. But in general, for this kind of creators, it's hard for them. So they just have to make sure they're doing like soft content. They can, check the 18 plus content, which means like all their videos are going to be shown to 18 plus years old and not lower, which can be as well helpful to get less warnings in their link in bios. And then I would say it's mainly about like if you are using the right interface, the right link extra. At GetAllMyLinks, we made a lot of changes. People they cannot see it. I mean, like everyone is looking to, yeah, are you releasing new features? I mean, like we are, but it's not directly like you cannot see it.
Right,
We're
right.
working in the backend and making sure everything is better, which can be like the speed, which can be like no bug, which can be everything. So our goal is in our users to not get flagged, to be seen as normal users, to block what has to be blocked, and then like our goal is just to do the job. We promise better conversion rate and safety. This is what we are doing. We got an issue, of course, with the main domain that some people get issues with. I mean, that's part of the game. It's not my fault, Like I mean, I cannot control where people are putting the link. So unfortunately, I have to do that. But yeah, and that's why as well I diversify businesses. I mean, I used to run 3 businesses in the same time, like 2023, 2024. But 2025, I started to diversify it even more because when there is like a crash, whether it's within your investment, whether it's with your business as company, agency, etc., you always need to diversify.
Hmm.
And there's many things I can say about that. But if you have like whatever, like an agency, a coaching, a SaaS company, anything, the thing is like if you have an audience, a community, you can just use it to compound into other products.
Mhm.
So that's why as well we diversify because the goal is really at the end of the day to make sure like one user, let's say, I don't know, I would just say give a value, for example.
Mhm.
One user is treated well at GetAllMyLinks. He likes it. Maybe he's going to like our partners, whether it's like it can be OnlyMonster, but whether it can be as well our own software companies or the ones I invest in, etc.
Mhm.
So my goal is really like to create an empire, as I already started since years now in this industry, and to diversify outside. Because the thing is, in this industry and in every industry, people they are keeping their chips in the same business, in the same
Right.
ecosystem. So no one is investing like in whatever, like in stocks, in crypto, in yield, in other companies, in real estate. Like no one is really diversifying because they're just looking to make more revenue and not more profit and not more net worth. So that's something I always, let's say, work on. And this is why as well I decided to do that.
But do you think it's better to diversify businesses completely or like to rather stay in the same ecosystem? For those who just think
Sure.
on building something like from ground up, would you suggest them to like be more focused on the same ecosystem or rather diversify with different ones?
So I will say two things. I will say it's better to stay in the same ecosystem, but at the end of the day, what is defining you as a successful founder or entrepreneur or whatever your role is in your company, it's more about your genius zone. So, for example, my side is I'm very good with relationship, partnerships, success managers, like customer success managers, understanding what our customers are looking for, creating narratives, and making sure like everyone is happy. That's
Hmm.
my goal. Marketing, clients, like my team is making sure like the software itself is running and like there is no issue, etc. Me, I'm making sure all the rest is going well. So at the end of the day, when I understood that, which was some years ago,
Hmm.
2023, like not that long, but still like 2.5 years, something like this, I just keep focusing on what I was good at. I'm not very good at management, but I'm very good at sharing a vision, leaderships.
Hmm.
Um, let's say I'm tough, but fair. So that's
Nice.
what make a good leader, I would say. And my goal is just that, making sure like everything is working well, doing their stuff. And that's why I just started with one, then you do another because you just want to diversify your risk and you want to diversify as well what we can call your bucket. Like for
Hmm.
example, one user is going to bring you like, I don't know, I would say like $100 per month. How do you want to make more money? Are you going to get more customers or are you going to just upsell those customers into other service and product you have? Of course,
Hmm.
it's better to upsell them. You can, and then at the end of the day, if you upsell to another company, the other company will do marketing as well. And so the marketing of this company will bring maybe customers to get a money.
Hmm.
So the goal is really to create a loop, and this is why like there's so many big conglomerates, like a group of companies that just have monopoles on some stuff. My goal is not, of course, to have monopoly, even if it's the best situation. Kind of. Some people they say reduction can be good, but I would say like monopoly is still quite good.
Hmm.
So yeah, my goal is just to diversify and create products around the needs of my customers, but not
Right.
going too far because people they are going here, like they are going up, down, da da da. I'm
Hmm.
just trying to stay in my corner, let's say top right or top left or whatever you're on your screen,
Hmm.
you see.
Yeah.
And that's the main and the most important part.
Gotcha. Gotcha. But you personally, how do you validate the product idea before building?
So I'm just checking what the market is looking for.
Hmm.
And then at the end of the day, like or the product is already made, or you just have to twist it in your own way.
Ah.
So, for example, it was already existing, like link in bios. Like, I mean, I didn't invent
Yeah.
anything, but I just added like multi-links. I just added geo filter because people they were looking for. I just added security layer from other businesses and industries that was not existing in, let's say, mainstream link in bio.
Hmm.
And then it just took off. So people they just saw it and then they just jump on the opportunity. I mean, it's business. So I mean,
Hmm.
it's all right. But when people they copy you and they take similar name and they do everything, no, I don't like it,
Yeah.
because it's not respectful. I like to do
Right.
like there is many competitors that copy us, but like I will not say in the right way. They just did their job and they did it all right. And then there is others not. And then people they expect me to be kind with these guys, which is kind of funny. But
Right.
anyway, So yeah, at the end of the day, it's just business. So I'm just looking for what are the best opportunities for me and for my clients, and we just jump into it.
Mm.
So the most important things, if you want to make, of course, your product and your companies evolve, is just to listen to your customers because they are paying you. So we are just listening as you are doing at OnlyMonster as well. You have a big team of, I would say everything, but mainly as customer support, and you take the feedback and you implement with AI features, etc. And that's the same thing we are doing.
Nice, nice. And you say that you search for opportunities, you listen to what customers actually need, and you invest. So let me ask you this. Maybe you have some kind of vision on where the creator economy is moving in the next like 1 2 years. What would you say?
Yeah, I will say like interesting question. First, I will say like there is more and more people on social media, and there will be more and more like it's for sure. Then, how people can make more money? Like, or you sell like through content, or you sell the tools that are going to sell content. So your goal is directly to be there just at the beginning of it. So for example, right now, as you can see, there is many agencies that are launching AI.
Hmm.
They are launching like every day I have someone texting me, "Hey Arthur, can I do a partnership? I'm selling like AI videos, AI pictures, etc." Of course, there is already softwares like Picasso AI, Confli, etc. etc. So the goal is really like to build an infrastructure around the need that is going to come. For example, I'm giving you an example, not on in this space, but into the Web3 space, which is, for example, Polymarket. It's a prediction market, and there is like other like Clashy, etc. Calci or Clashy, I don't know. I think it's Calci.
Hmm.
And this space is just new, but the size is already huge. It's going to be bigger and bigger. And so there is many things to build in this space because it's not going to be up and downs. Like, I mean, crypto is up and downs, but in this space, like Poly Market, for example, which is prediction market, like people like are already going to bet or what is going to do Trump tomorrow, how many tweets Elon Musk are going to do, what is going to be the price of the Ethereum tomorrow in 1 week or 2 months, etc. So there is not going to be really like up and downs or crash. The only crash they can be is because people will get wrecked in crypto or stocks, and then they will have less money to bet on this prediction market. But anyway, so in my opinion, for example, in this one, it's a gold rush. Like everyone is trying to do like a software to do analytics, to copy trade, etc. So if you see it in the OS space, I will say like companies that are going to do well, in my opinion, well, like a 9 figures exit and that doesn't exist or that are working right now is like, for example, fast platform using like e-message or WhatsApp because it's not directly on fast platform. It's like directly on e-message, so it's very personal. You get the notification as people are already doing on Telegram, but e-message, I mean, how can you get banned?
Hmm.
Telegram you can still get banned, WhatsApp you can still get banned. So in my opinion, that's one of the most powerful one. And people they can sell AI, they can do whatever they want. On fast platforms, sometimes they add restriction like you have like the AI badge, so you can, I mean, or you just don't say it's AI, so you don't get it and you are not getting like a lower conversion rate, sorry,
Hmm.
or you just say it and you have an AI badge. So I would say there is many opportunities, whatever the space, just a question of timing. And
Hmm.
people in general, they time it too late. So
Hmm.
it's whenever people want to buy, you have to sell, and when you want to sell, you have to buy. So I would
Right.
say the same in this industry. And if everyone is doing AI, like AI creators, extra, what is going to be next? How
Hmm.
can you help these people doing AI? Because starting and in let's say red market like red ocean, there's many competitors. What's your edge? Like
Hmm.
I'm talking to many fans platform, I'm asking them their edge. What's the difference between OF and XYZ? They're just telling me like it's a payout system. What like I mean like it's just payout system or what like there is nothing crazy. So
Hmm.
it's very hard to evolve in this space. For example,
Yeah.
like for example tools for outreaching creators like for agencies, I'm seeing more and more. I'm seeing like for example a market gap like 10 months ago, and
Hmm.
now it's still already like almost, I will say, there's still place to hire VAs or
Hmm.
managers into this industry. There is OFM jobs, there is like donuts something, there is other platforms, Shatify as well for the French market. Like there's several ones. I'm sure
Yeah.
I don't remind all. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I also have a few more questions about you say like you can become banned on a platform and wanted to ask maybe for some kind of advice for creators, agencies. But before that, let me read one question from the chat. Versus asks you, Arthur, as an investor and founder of many projects, what are the top 3 metrics you look at every morning?
I will say on my projects, I will just check like how the market is going first, like general market, like whether it's crypto, stocks, etc. Then I will check all the KPIs of yesterday. If my team reply well to the support, how many new subscribers we did, how many cancel, what's the churn rate, like all the key metrics of the companies, whether it's like a software company or just like a cash collected, as like a one-time sale. And then I will just like the last metrics, I will just check on Telegram channel.
Hmm.
Like what I do in the morning, I'm just checking like GML, GetAllMyLinks, what people are talking about. Not really like competitors because like it's just fluid. Because at the beginning, whether like it's GetAllMyLinks or other companies, I was scared, not scared, but I didn't like competition. And at the end of the day, competition is not going to kill you. It's the execution that you are going to kill you. If you execute wrongly, you are just going to die due to yourself because you are missing some phones or you are missing some feedbacks of the users or whatever. But because competitors never kill anyone. I mean, like
Right.
maybe there is some example probably like in the old times, but anyway. So I would say focus on your business and focus on what the market has to give to you and not always your competitors. Because if you're only focusing on competitors, it's not good because you're not going to be um, higher than them. You're just going to, or you reach their level or you are a bit lower, etc. And in my opinion, it's not good.
Nice, interesting. And I agree that the competition itself doesn't kill anyone. It's about execution. We ourselves also emerged after there were some competitors already existing on the market,
Yeah.
just like you did. And it's the matter of being the best, doing better, launching more tools, listening to your customers after all, just like you said. Okay, going a little bit back to the creator agencies, infrastructure, I wanted to ask you about a few, not that much of an advice, but maybe your vision regarding the agencies in the first place, because there are many agencies who listen to us on these kind of live streams.
Yeah.
And what do you think should agencies focus on today if they want to survive in 2026?
I would say like an agency is just management. So you are managing clients and you're managing team members, like collaborators. People, they can call them employees. I don't really like this term because you are working with them. They're not working. I mean, there is a kind of like working with you, but they are working with them and you are working with them. So for me, that's the first distinction. Then what's very important is you can scale your agency, but if you don't have creators, you are not going to go anywhere. So first, focus on creator acquisition, marketing, of course, and chatting. But I would say if you are good in marketing, you can get some creators. If you are good in creator acquisition but not marketing, you're not going to go anywhere. So I would say, or you know how to do marketing, or you know how to do chatting, and then you will get an edge. For example, I'm seeing many guys, especially on the French market, but I'm sure there's many guys everywhere that are doing this. They're just getting or like AI creators or a good deal with a creator. They are good in marketing, and then they just get a chatting agency, and that's it. They just run it. So they don't really. I mean, they ask some content to the creator, and yeah, they just run it. So I would say how the market is going to go and how you can survive in this industry. If you are always good in marketing, I mean, nothing is going to happen to you because if it means if you are good in marketing, you are good in branding, you are good in conversion. So it means the how to say that the subs that are going to come into your OnlyFans page or any whatever fan platform are going to be qualified. They are going to be hot leads. So anyway, you put whatever you put AI, you put like Philippine chatters, you put like a chatting agency, whatever, you are still going to sell. And then, or you use AI creator and you don't need to hire any or like let's say make a partnership with a creator, or you get like some people they like to take salary models. Everyone would do what they want, let's say, and then like just a partnership with a normal creator. So I would say just focus on marketing and understand how to bring creators because
Okay.
we can see step by step it's harder and harder to build a personal brand. I mean, at least a brand for creators. And once they reach like 500K, 2 million followers on Instagram, for example, or on other social media, I will not say marketing is easy, but it's always the same time. You just post, you are just a bit creative, and that's it. It's going to flow. You do a free OF page, like these people, they will stay. If there is
Mhm.
any issues, they will stay for the long term. So in my opinion, the best play is to have solid creators, free pages, like this you do share for share with all your creators. You
Mhm.
should diversify on several fan platforms and as well social media platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and for example, Twitter, which can be
Mhm.
cool. Thread a bit if you want to do a thread and Twitter. And then just running,
Yeah.
People like to do ads. I know ads is very nice if your creators, of course, are converting well and you are doing the right content. So that means there is many ways to to make money as an agency. And I will say why agencies are not evolving is just because they always have an issue, which means they have marketing is going well, they have a chatting issue. Then they put
Mm.
less time and focus on the marketing. So then to fix the chatting, then they go back to the marketing, the chatting is bad, etc. So you just have to have at least one key player per section, like one in marketing and one, for example, in chatting.
Mhm.
Anyway, if you want one as well in recruitment. And when I'm talking about recruitment, like hiring, it's not only creators, it's like managers, hiring like a VA, hiring whatever. So I,
Yeah.
I think that's one of the most underrated role. I'm not seeing many agencies, they have someone specified in
Mhm.
hiring VAs, chatters, managers, creators. I'm just seeing like, and that's fun because that's funny because I'm seeing many agencies that are just paying VAs $300, $500 per month just to send outreach on
Mm.
Instagram. And then they expect from a VA, they pay $500 per month to get like a 50 or 100K creator revenue per month.
Mhm.
So at the end of the day, you just have to hire the right person,
Mhm.
manager, A players, do it yourself, your business partner, whatever. And
Right.
that's why, as well, the one I'm seeing scaling the most, I mean, the fastest, is they just do everything. I
Mhm.
mean, of course, they're not going to create the post on OF or to do all the posting on Instagram. But I would say like they do many, many things because
Right.
they want to make sure it's running well. And then they have one VA for a specific task, another for a specific task, someone in the chatting part because it's hard to manage all the time. So yeah, sorry, I'm going a bit
Yeah,
everywhere.
yeah, yeah. That's right. Great, great. And I'm just like listening to you and thinking, yeah, so basically you're talking about delegating certain points, not doing everything by yourself on your own, and having strong pillars with like the AI, the hiring, the marketing, the chatting separately. Fundamental growth in each provides you the growth
Yeah.
in general. Great, excellent. But what if you are already a creator yourself and you would like to grow? You earlier mentioned the platform like Insta might actually ban you. So I was wondering, maybe you think creators should build their own platforms instead of focusing that much on the content? And as a second part of this question, what do you think creators were still doing wrong in 2025? Because
I
you work
think
with a lot of creators, I suppose.
yeah, since the beginning, I started like in 2022. Since the beginning, many creators they are marketing themselves as an OF creator. It's not working. So the goal of it is just to look like a normal creator or slash a normal girl, and they just have to expect the girl as the OF. So they will not think, does she has OF or not? They will hope for, they will pray that she has a link in bio. And then
Ah.
boom, they see GetAllMyLinks. So they should not think like, oh yeah, for sure she has one. They will hope for. That's the first thing. And it's a matter of branding. Why like these creators doing like 500K per month and other like 30K and other 5K? Like not everyone is spending more on the 500K. There is just bigger wealth. Sometimes and in general. I mean, it depends on the shooting ratio. So my point is, if you have a good branding, you will get real fans that are going to invest. I will not say spend, that are going to invest in your personality because they like you. They want to just know you more, of course,
Mhm.
through the chatters anyway. But that's the main, I would say, bet. Is like
Mhm.
they have to really create their own brand. So the
Mhm.
best is they go, they take their phone, they talk in the camera in front of the camera. They stop doing. I mean, they can do some dancing, but
Mhm.
they just stop doing all the time the same thing. They just go out, they show their life, etc.
Mhm.
Not like the surrounding, let's say like not their neighborhood, because like some fans are a bit crazy. So make sure like you have like a good security. So you just go in the street of Miami or New York City or Paris or wherever you live, like major ones, and then you can record content, you can do many things. And yeah, they're just normal creators, and that's
Yeah.
the ones that are making the most. I'm seeing like big creators, non-nude, so just like safe for work content on fan platform, and they're still making like multiple five figures, high five figs sometimes, six,
Hmm.
I don't know, but at least high five figs, just because they're doing well on social media, they're making views, and they have a good branding, so people they are just ready to pay just for like kind of sexy pics, but nothing more.
Hmm. So it's like the personal connection that makes them feel like you are like one reach of a hand in
Yeah,
front of the camera, right? So you're like building this connection basically if
yeah.
you're a creator.
Because many creators they are like bots, they just copy the trend and that's it. There is no smile, there is no personality, there is no like their favorite outfits or whatever, so that's what's missing a lot in this industry. There is still more and more creators that are doing it well. I'm not saying everyone is doing wrong. I'm just saying the ones that are not making consistent and stable income, at least like multiple five figures per month, they are not doing the right stuff. If they are doing six figures and they're still doing like not safe for content or like very sexy on Instagram, maybe one day they are going to get banned, they are going to get shadow banned, etc. If you don't want to have any issues and to do the thing well, in my opinion, you just have to go in the US market, market yourself as a normal creator, create a OF free page. If you have too much traffic, you do both free and pay page, of course. When I say too much traffic is above like 2, 3K free fans per day, it starts to be a lot. So then you can do a pay page as well, because otherwise it's too much work for the chatters and it's hard to qualify. So just filter too much. And yeah, I mean, and then if you're an agency, you just stack 3, 5, 10 creators. You do share for share. You create like stories. You create concepts, and then you evolve. That's what the biggest
Nice.
agencies are doing. All the agencies that are doing like between 500K to 3 million per month revenue, and of course there is bigger, but let's say the very big ones still, they are always almost doing the same.
Hmm.
Or they are doing organic, or they are doing black hat, but mainly they're all doing organic combined with, of course, paid advertising, whether Facebook ads like Meta ads or pay promotions on social media. You can do GG's promos on OF, share for share, and yeah. I mean,
So
it's
but
always the same. It's all the time the same thing. But why people are stuck, whether it's a creator or an agency, is because they always have the same issue and they never fix it. They have an issue with VA, Chatter, Instagram. Why do they have issue with Instagram? It's just because their content is not aligned and their account is fucked up. So they just have to fix it. Then they will never have ever this problem, and then they can focus properly on the next step, like
mhm,
hiring good chatters. Once they are hired good chatters and of course a chatter manager, then they can go to the next step, like
mhm.
getting, or if you're an agency, creators, or if you're a creator, getting like other social media accounts on the same platform or diversify, whatever.
Right, right. Yeah. Well, social media building and marketing yourself as an agency or as a creator definitely is one of the strong pillars of growing in this OF management market industry. Great, excellent. Arthur, let me also ask you, for example, if someone wants to do this growth social media, they open OnlyMonster, see the statistics and analytics on traffic metrics, and they do want to attain some traffic from Insta, for example, or from X, from Reddit, wherever. How would they, like, if they want to put some link in bio, what would be the steps? Like, how do they do it in terms of get all my links?
Yeah. So your goal is literally you have to make sure you don't send visitors to too many links first. So I'm seeing creators have like 5, 10 links in their LinkedIn bio. It's crazy. You just have to get or your OF free page or your OF free and paid anyway, like your fans platform. You can add the social media icon logo of your Instagram, TikTok, Twitter just to send traffic, but it doesn't have to be a big button. Like the attention and the focus of the visitors has to be on your OF, which mean in the way where you are making the money, because your goal is just to drive traffic in order to generate sales and in order to just reinvest this money and this income into more growth, into like more VAs, more Airbnb, more iPhone to shoot or whatever. So that's the first goal. Then they can use like a GetAllMyLinks. You can use or your custom domain or our own URLs. Our own URLs as well are good. We don't have any issues. We recommend to turn on the shield protection in order just to filter who are the bots and who are the real visitors in order to ensure smooth analytics like this. You don't have like fake clicks, because that's the issue with many links. They are fake clicks. So they are seeing like 1K clicks on their link, and at the end of the day, they have like for real 900, 950 clicks. And then, of course, the tracking link on OF, for example, they are not accurate. Like there is 30% missing, which means on, let's say, 1K clicks on a normal GetAllMyLinks link, there will be like 700 taking into account on the OF. Same for the subs. So it's hard really to have like, let's say, a very accurate conversion rate. But let's say it's 30, 25, 30%, it depends of the time, accurate. So that's a good basis, I would say.
Yeah, we also help with tracking in terms of statistics, analytics, conversion rate, clicks, subscriptions, and everything. So this sounds like something that we could even like help each other. Excellent. We have time for maybe one more question from the chat. If there is something that you have in mind to ask Arthur, something interesting and useful for many of our those who watch us today, feel free to launch it. And in the meantime, let me ask you this, Arthur. I know the mistakes, they kind of help us grow, right? So maybe you have some interesting story to share about one big mistake that you personally made that helped you grow, and you understood that, yeah, after all.
Yeah, I have many. So it will depend of where you are in the business, guys. If you start, just don't focus on taxes, because when you make money, you can pay them later. But if you are just focusing on paying to launch your own US LLC or company anyway, and you have zero business, you're just going to spend money and just to lose it, you know? So make sure just to go and be very proactive. Proactive is being curious and execute, like massive action. Then I would say creators, like everyone, like no one is managing properly their money, their finance. Like I'm seeing many agencies, they are like not paying well their VA because they want to make the best profit margin, etc. And then they spend like shit with their personal money, you know, with their personal finances. And at the end of the day, their net worth is not growing. And at the end of the day, agency owners, they are like VAs. They are just slave of their business. They don't move forward. And same as like creators, some creators like to burn their money and they just overspend. I mean, okay. Anyway, but my point is everyone is lying on their own numbers, whether publicly, whether personally, because people like, if I'm asking someone, they're going to tell me like they made 35K, whether like profit, whether they make like 23, and they think really they make like 28, 30, you know? So at the end of the day, even if you lie to someone is bad, but lying to yourself, guys, is not good. So the goal of this advice will be to really track how much you are making, how much you are spending, and how your net worth is growing. Because at the end of the day, I don't know for what all of you are working, but if it's not to make money, why? You know,
Right.
Like, I mean, in my point, I'm working because I really like it, and because I'm still slave of my business, is because it's making me money. I can reinvest. I can still make a passive income from my investment and all the companies, etc. But I don't have $100 million yet in my bank account. You know, so my goal is just to work, and I really like to do it. So I just work on what I like to do, and if I don't like, which is not my genius zone, for example, management, I just delegate to the right person. I prefer to take a business partner rather than like a collaborator.
Mm-hmm.
In the way, like I'm sure it's going to be done, and I sure I mean there will be more incentivized.
Mm-hmm.
Well, anyway, I don't know how to say that in English, sorry guys. So yeah, that's another mistake. And for example, in this industry, which is OFM, I will say the hard part is to, how to say that? Like I will say just be anti-ban, be anti-restriction, anti-OF ban, etc. So make sure you always have backups and make sure your strategies are well prepared. In the way, like everyone, I'm seeing everyone, they do like 20 paid sub per day with their OF creator, or 5 or 10 or 30, let's say lower than 50, and they are all doing paid. But what the fuck? Like, I mean, they should do free, and then you just stack more creators, you do share for share between them, and anyway, you have Instagram, 10 Instagram account ban, TikTok ban, whatever, you know, you still have traffic that is running internally, and you are still making money, which is like kind of like an anti-ban system. If you want more anti-ban, you do Telegram channel, for example. I don't really like Telegram, so I was not doing that before. You can get the email from a landing page to send email notification. You can get their phone number to talk to them directly from e-message and send them payment link. With Apple Pay, its conversion rate is very good as well. So I mean, there is many ways, and everyone is still focusing on the old business. They're focusing on, okay, I do OF, I take normal creator, 50 take extra extra. But at the end of the day, like market is evolving, and you have to evolve and to be ahead of the market. Again, it's a question of timing, and people don't time the market properly. That's why they are not making money, by the way. If you were in advance and you are making the move, maybe if you're in advance, you don't make money yet, but you are going to make. But if you are still doing as the others, you're not going to make it, because everyone doing as same as everyone will get the same result as everyone, So
Yeah.
if you are doing as the 1% is doing, you will probably become and be part of the 1%. But unfortunately, people, they don't see it. Why? Because they are just doing the task. They are not thinking. Or sometimes they are overthinking, but on the bad thing. So I would say the steps are: you just launch your business, you execute, so you need to be productive. So like everyday deep work, you focus, you work. And then from a certain point, level in your business, then you just need to have a better vision, better leadership, and better decision making. And this is my point, and this is my mistake of 2025. My decision making was not top notch. My productivity, I don't need motivation, I just work, I'm like a bot, etc. But decision making was not on point. Otherwise, I could have or I will not say avoid the restriction on Meta, because I mean, how can I know that? But I could have probably, like, let's say, put custom domain before, or do this, or do that. There is always things. And why I didn't do? Because I didn't had the right decision-making process for this specific company. And I made mistakes on that. And now I just took some step back in the last month, sorry. And then I just put like a new, let's say, framework for my decision making. And even I'm just looking for now to several coaches to help me. And that's the thing. Never stop learning. It's very, very important. Never stop learning. Always invest in yourself, whether like, and when I'm saying invest in yourself, guys, is like anyway, like it can be like a barber to look like a better, like a gym, a good flat. Anyway, like a coaching, mentor, a business dinner, like anything that can be worse. Very,
Totally.
very.
Totally. And I also like that you mentioned about diversifying risks. That is truly an investor mindset. Perfect. Great. Thank you so much, Arthur. This was quite insightful for me personally. I really hope for those who were watching us today, it has also been. I mean, you could just pause the video multiple times and just type and make notes on many things that you mentioned. It's like strategies, literally from the inside. Great. I'm actually so grateful for you that you shared these ideas, these thoughts, the vision. And I hope that everyone who is watching us today also enjoyed. So feel free to hit like, subscribe, and we will be doing more and more live streams with interesting people from the industry. And thank you once again, Arthur. It was a pleasure to talk to you.
Yeah. Thank you for your time, and thank you for the invite. Have a good
Absolutely.